Picture this. You're driving the same car you've had for over 10 years. The paint isn't as shiny anymore, and the seats show their age. But when you turn the key, the engine starts like it's brand new. No strange noises, no stalling, just smooth, steady power every single time. It's done over 500,000 miles and it's still going strong. No major repairs, no engine rebuilds, just reliability. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But it's real. Some people have done it. The surprising part? Most drivers will never get close. In fact, over 92% of people are slowly damaging their engines without even realizing it. It's not because they're bad drivers. It's not even bad luck. It's the small habits, things they do every day, that quietly wear the engine down. In this video, we're going to show you 10 simple habits that mechanics, long-distance drivers, and even million-mile car owners use to keep their engines running for decades. Follow them, and your car could last far longer than you ever expected. And habit number 8, that's the one your mechanic really hopes you never find out about. 1. Don't just sit there. Warm up the smart way. For years, drivers believed that letting their car idle for 10 minutes every morning, especially in cold weather, was the right thing to do. It sounds logical, right? Let the engine warm up before you hit the road. But here's the truth. That old advice could be slowly damaging your engine. Modern engines are built differently. They don't need to sit and warm up like the old ones did. Today's cars use advanced technology to heat up faster while driving, not while sitting still. Letting your engine idle for too long can actually cause fuel to burn the wrong way. That fuel can sneak past your pistons and wash down the cylinder walls, thinning out your engine oil and slowly grinding down the engine from the inside. So what's the better way? Simple. Start your car, let it idle for just 30 to 60 seconds, just long enough for the oil to start moving through the engine. Then, drive gently for the first few minutes. No sudden speed bursts, no racing the engine, just smooth, calm driving. That's how you give your engine the warm-up it really needs and save years off future repairs. This simple shift in your routine helps circulate oil faster, warms the engine evenly, and can add tens of thousands of miles to your engine's life. 2. Use the right oil and change it on time. Your engine oil is like blood to your car. If it's dirty, weak, or the wrong type, the engine won't survive for long. A lot of engines don't die because of accidents or hard driving. They fail quietly from bad oil choices. Using oil that's too thick, too thin, or simply poor in quality means the most important parts of your engine aren't getting the protection they need. And when you wait too long between oil changes, the oil breaks down. It collects dirt, moisture, and carbon, and that mix turns your oil into poison for your engine. The solution is simple. Always use the exact oil type and thickness your car's manual recommends, whether that's conventional oil, synthetic blend, or full synthetic. And forget the myth that oil can last 10,000 miles. Unless your car's manual clearly says so, that's far too long. Here's a rule of thumb. Change conventional oil every 5,000 miles. Full synthetic, every 7,500. And if you drive in hot weather, stop-and-go traffic, or dusty roads, change it even sooner. And here's a detail most drivers ignore: your oil filter. Cheap filters might save a few dollars, but they can collapse or stop working properly. When that happens, dirty oil flows straight into your engine. 3. Read the manual. It could save you thousands. Most drivers never open their car's owner's manual. It just sits in the glove box, collecting dust. But here's the truth. That little book is actually your car's survival guide. Inside are the exact instructions to keep your engine running strong. Not just for 100,000 miles, but maybe even 500,000. Every car is different. Even cars from the same brand can have completely different maintenance schedules. Some engines need their timing belts changed at 60,000 miles. Others can wait until 100,000. Transmission fluids, brake lines, coolant, they all age at different speeds. And the scary part? A lot of these things won't show up on a basic service sticker. Miss one, and a small issue can turn into a massive, expensive failure. So here's what you do. Take an hour, sit down, and read your owner's manual from start to finish. Highlight the important stuff: oil types, fluid intervals, spark plug schedules, belt replacements. Then, create a simple spreadsheet or download a free car maintenance app to track everything. Things like oil changes, coolant flushes, spark plugs, transmission fluid swaps, and brake checks. It might seem like a lot, but staying ahead of these schedules is how you avoid $5,000 repair bills. Because once that engine fails, no amount of reading can save it. 4. Don't ignore your cooling system. It could destroy your engine. Heat is your engine's worst enemy. It breaks down oil, bends metal parts, and if left unchecked, it can completely destroy your engine. That's why your cooling system isn't just important, it's absolutely critical. Most people know they need coolant, but here's what they don't know. Over time, old coolant turns into acid. Instead of protecting your engine, it starts eating it from the inside. It corrodes the water pump, damages the radiator, and even wears down the head gasket. And once those parts go bad, repairs get expensive, fast. To avoid that, flush your cooling system every 2 to 3 years. Always use the exact coolant your car's manufacturer recommends. Mixing different types can cause a chemical reaction that turns your coolant into thick, jelly-like sludge, blocking the passages that keep your engine cool. And here's something drivers often overlook: the radiator cap. It looks small and simple, but it controls the pressure inside your cooling system. If it fails, your engine can overheat in seconds. Replace it every 50,000 miles. Because one serious overheat, that alone can cut your engine's life in half. 5. Drive smart. Not like you're in a race. Every time you slam the gas, brake hard at the last second, or hit a pothole without slowing down, you're not just stressing your car, you're hurting it. It's like throwing punches at your engine, your suspension, your transmission, and the parts that hold it all together. Aggressive driving might feel fun in the moment, but over time, it causes real damage. Engine mounts crack, suspension starts to sag, fluid lines loosen, and before you know it, you're facing breakdowns, leaks, and expensive repairs. If you want your car to last, start driving it like it's something rare, like a collector's item. Accelerate smoothly, let the car slow down naturally when you can. Steer around potholes like your engine depends on it, because it does. This isn't about driving slow, it's about driving smart, the kind of smart that adds years to your engine, saves thousands in repairs, and keeps your car on the road long after others have given up. 6. Don't choke your engine. Change those filters. Think of your car like a living thing. It needs to breathe. And the filters? They're its lungs. Ignore them, and your engine starts to suffocate. Start with the engine air filter. It's your engine's first line of defense. Over time, it gets clogged with dust, bugs, and debris. When that happens, your engine struggles to breathe. It burns more fuel, loses power, and worst of all, tiny dirt particles can get inside and slowly grind the engine from within. Change it every 15,000 to 30,000 miles. If you live in a dusty area, make that 10,000. Next, the fuel filter. If your car has one that can be replaced, don't ignore it. Dirty fuel can clog your fuel injectors, forcing your engine to run lean. That can lead to overheating, misfires, and long-term damage most drivers never see coming until it's too late. And don't forget the cabin filter. It may not seem important, but a clogged one can overwork your blower motor. That small strain can lead to bigger electrical problems, since the same circuits often connect to your car's climate system and even parts of the ECU. They're small parts, cheap and easy to swap, but clean filters can make a massive difference in how long your engine and your car lasts. 7. Don't fall for the lifetime transmission fluid lie. Your transmission is one of the most important parts of your car and one of the most expensive to replace. But here's the scary part. When it fails, it usually happens without warning. One day, your car just stops moving. But the damage? It's been building up quietly for years. One of the worst myths car makers ever pushed is the idea of lifetime transmission fluid. The truth? There's no such thing. Transmission fluid breaks down over time, especially if you're driving in heavy traffic, towing, or dealing with high heat. Once that fluid loses its ability to cool and protect, the gears inside your transmission start to wear down fast. If you want your transmission to last, change the fluid every 30,000 to 60,000 miles, depending on how you drive. And always pay attention to the warning signs: slipping gears, jerky shifting, delayed engagement when you shift, or a burnt smell coming from the fluid. These are all signs your transmission is in trouble. If you tow heavy loads or take long highway trips, installing a transmission cooler is a smart move. It can drop temperatures by 30 degrees or more, and that can mean years of extra life. And here's one final warning: never shift into park while your car is still rolling. That small move can destroy the parking pawl inside your gearbox, and that means instant failure. 8. Clean your fuel injectors. The hidden trick mechanics don't talk about. Your car's fuel injectors are tiny, precise tools that spray fuel directly into the engine. They work fast, thousands of times per minute. But over time, they start to clog with carbon and dirt. The result? Sluggish acceleration, engine misfires, lower gas mileage, and a car that just doesn't feel as sharp as it used to. Most drivers ignore this problem because you can't see it. There's no warning light. no smoke, no dramatic failure. But slowly, your engine is choking on grime. Here's the fix. Every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, pour a bottle of premium fuel injector cleaner, like Chevron Techron, into your gas tank when it's nearly empty, then fill up the tank. This gives the cleaner the best chance to reach every part of the fuel system and break down carbon deposits where they build up most. You might not notice instant results, but your engine will. Over time, you'll see smoother idling, better throttle response, and improved fuel economy. It's one of the cheapest, easiest ways to keep your engine clean, and most people never do it. That quiet hum from your engine after using it, that's not your imagination. That's your engine saying thank you. 9. Don't wait for your battery to die. It's already hurting your car. Most people only think about their battery when their car won't start, but by the time it dies completely, it's already been causing damage for months, maybe years. A weak battery doesn't just leave you stranded, it slowly drains the health of your entire electrical system. When your battery can't hold the right voltage, your alternator has to work harder to keep things running. That extra load stresses your ignition system, your sensors, even your ECU, the brain of your car. And the worst part, you won't notice any of it until it's too late. Here's how to stay ahead of the problem. Once a month, check your battery terminals. Clean them with a mix of baking soda and water to remove corrosion. Test your battery twice a year, especially before winter or summer. And if it's more than 3 years old, don't wait. Replace it before it lets you down. For extra protection, apply a little dielectric grease to the terminals. It stops corrosion and helps your battery deliver clean, strong voltage to every part of your engine. Because if your battery fails on a cold, rainy night in the middle of nowhere, you'll wish you had listened to this habit. 10. Listen to your car. It's trying to warn you. Your car talks, not with words, but with sounds, smells, and small signs. The question is, are you listening? A high-pitched squeal when you start the engine? That could mean a loose or worn belt. Clicking sounds when you turn the wheel? That's a possible CV joint problem, something you don't want to ignore. Feel a steady thump while driving? You might have a separating tire or a bent rim, and if your brakes are grinding, stop immediately. That sound means you're shaving metal off your rotors, damage that gets expensive fast. Here's the habit that can save you thousands. Every weekend, take 5 minutes to walk around your car. Pop the hood, take a look, take a sniff, and just listen. Your car will often give you warning signs before a part fails completely. The earlier you catch a problem, the smaller and cheaper it is to fix. But if you wait until the warning becomes a breakdown, you're no longer in control. So trust your ears, your nose, your gut, because your car is always talking. And the smartest drivers, they never stop listening. And there you have it. 10 simple habits that could help your engine outlive almost everything else you own. Longer than your phone, longer than your furniture, maybe even longer than your mortgage. Some of these habits take just minutes, others cost almost nothing. But all of them, they work because they've been tested by the people who drive the longest and fix the most.